Hey there, welcome back. It's time for another The Golden Age of DC Comics 365 Days, where I read from my one of my favorite coffee table books that's been surfing on my coffee table for about 2 decades now, given to me by one of my best friends about 2 decades ago. And it's been the source for many conversations about comic books and a great resource about the history of comics and these characters, and also of the United States and in the world during an interesting, tumultuous time coming out of the Great Depression and into World War II. The Golden Age of comics, the DC comics, last from 1938 to 1955. Although comics were around before that. I mean, in 1921, you had Little Abner, Gasoline Alley, Little Orphan Andy. In 1931, you had The Shadow, and you had Dick Tracy. You had so these were like newspapers, not traditionally comic books as we know them today. But in 1938, DC published, Superman here, and it's been superheroes ever since. And we're going to get into some Superman today, just a little bit. It's March the 25th. And I love ads. I do love ads in comic books. They're the anchors to certain space times, especially if they evoke nostalgia because they're from a time that you were a child and you either had these comic books or you were inundated so much with these advertisements that a simple musical cue can give you goosebumps, you know. But it's March the 25th, and this is an advertisement from Adventure Comics, Adventure Comics number 68 from November of 1941. Not to be confused with Action Comics. But this is from Adventure Comics, and this is, I want every boy and girl to get my official new Daisy brand Superman Crypto Ray Gun. And for $1. We're gonna, one second. I want to look this up. I love this power of the intro up there. Sure you pull up the right window. I mean, was this 1941? Again, let's see. Yes, this was from 1941, November. We hadn't entered the war in the Pacific yet. World War II was literally another world away. $1. That would be $19.13 today. So yeah, this would be a $20 toy. Wow. I mean, let's see. $1, yeah. Huh? Hey kids, be the first in your neighborhood to get one of these. It's the new kind of safe, fun pistol that flashes a thrilling scene from a 28-picture Superman adventure story on the wall each time you pull the trigger. Looks exactly like the crypto ray gun Superman himself uses in his fight against crime. Hey, wait a minute. Did Superman use a gun? Regardless, this pistol-shaped projector was pronounced absolutely harmless by its maker, the Daisy Manufacturing Company, whose air rifles used to cause mothers many a sleepless night. Yep. They had the molds for all of these toys. They had to use them somehow. So yeah, and check out Superman. It's from 1941. He's got his spit curl that looks like an S, which is a trademark as well. But check out his S shield on his chest. it's a triangle, and it has not formed the iconic diamond shape with its with it being, the traditional diamond shape here that they cut off the angles and made it a shield. And but also, this is iconic as well. The Superman font. See the exaggeration, the shadow behind it says Superman, okay? And that's not just spelling, that's a logo. And that shading that's behind the S, that it represents a three-dimensional quality. That is iconic to Superman. That is a Superman thing. So if you would see super anything in this kind of font, it is meant to evoke the Superman. It really was. I grew up in an age where you could have super and anything behind super in this specific font, and it literally is meant to evoke Superman as being like Super Dog, or or like my Pancake Man shirt. Pancake Man is written in this specific font, and even if it's something written in that font, it's meant to evoke Superman. So that's the power of icon and the power of logo. That was just so prevalent and so impressive and so instrumental in so many young people's lives that it began a life of its own as an icon. Seriously, that's the super thing all comes from Superman and that distinctive logo. Well, in my humble opinion, remember, this is a station about fun and about just talking about comic books. I do not own the truth. That's just my opinion. Yeah. So, yeah, that's all we got for today. The golden age of DC Comics 365. We're going to talk about comic books every day for the rest of the year. What goes great with coffee table talk and coffee table books at the coffee table? Freshly brewed coffee for yourself. So yeah, grab a cup of coffee, pull up, 3 o'clock tomorrow, U.S. Eastern Time, and we're going to be talking about comic books again. I want to talk about comic books a few minutes every day and talk about history and its cultural impact. And here we are. And if you're tuning in, you're still here, that means you love comic books as much as I do. And you love having these comic book shop style conversations. It's what fuels our fandoms. And so thank you so much for tuning in. Like and subscribe if you could be so kind. I want to earn your subscription. We make great content here. We talk about spirituality. We talk about cooking. I got the What's Cooking playlist. Check that out. And yeah, God bless. Namaste. And we will see you tomorrow. Cheers.